Hey, look, we're back. And where we last left off, Maria was blaming herself for all the people around her dying and not coming back. And it was so sad. Holy shit. No, you baby girl, don't do that to yourself. It's not healthy. You are not the one at fault here. Look, you're just, life's hard. Life is hard and there's no other way to say it. But please don't blame yourself for any of this, you poor, poor thing. Oh my god. So let's talk about some things going on in the video game industry. So apparently Rocksteady is being hit with even more developers being laid off, surprising no one. The game flopped. Because, yeah. And also, Assassin's Creed Shadows' first DLC has apparently already been leaked, showcasing that it's getting like 10 extra hours of content after the fact. I really don't like that we live in a day and age where like DLC is kind of like showcases before like even the actual full-on game. That kind of frustrates me, but so be it, I suppose. Anyway, let's keep going with this.
Well met, eh?
Hey, we just staying at the inn for some time. I'd like to, but so you like it here too. Then you're one of us. Well, wherever it is that you end up going, be sure to come see Maria and Fabienne again. Not that it really is my concern, but those two seem to like you a lot. Oh, I will be, especially for Maria. She's a social link after all.
Fancy a bit of...
no new info.
Hey!
I asked Fabienne for a map of Materia, and she gave me the one that Gria's personal effects. Covers all the main roads. We may have found one in town, but the military map always has more details.
Yeah.
Fabienne continues to be our anchor. To pay her back, let's achieve our goals.
Hello.
Tonight I'm heading to Brylehaven. It's much too boring to just spend my days at the inn. I'm gonna see the so-called exhibition for myself. Good Elda. Goodbye, Elda. You'll do well to see the world too someday.
Don't push yourself too much.
Depart. Maria will surely miss you dearly, so please come by and say hello when you can, even if it's only every once in a while.
Now then.
Preparations seem to be proceeding without issue. Well, apart from the massive overturn uncertainty. Never mind. Forgive me for my utterance. Just please, don't be surprised no matter what we're presented. So Stroll, oh, another thing. Stroll has said, oh, I'm not gonna tell Hulkenberg that we're actually going for, like, a bounty hunt as opposed to, like, a monster's head. And Hulkenberg has some, like, carriage idea that she's not talking about either. Oh. Fabienne's groceries. I see. Yo, those mice. Those mice are ready. I haven't seen Maria since I came back from Criminal. I wonder if something's wrong.
What?
I still have things to do.
All right then.
Oh, I can't leave today. Okay. No, seriously, when am I getting my fourth ally? Rest well. I would very much like my fourth ally, please.
Can I...
What the fuck, man?
Can I come in?
Want to read some more?
Not today. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabienne I wouldn't cry.
Oh, it's all right. You don't have to worry.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again. Can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Maria's waiting for us to return home and regale her tales of the strange and distant places we visit.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
What?
Good night.
So, she's obviously the angel race, and I guess she's also Raug?
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
Don't worry about it.
'Tis kind of you to say, But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
When you got me thrown out?
Now
I'm not
that
gonna
you
say
mention
that.
it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two?
Okay, so it's starting to become a thing that each of our social links are getting to read this book. Is it the world's... Is, like, the pages on the book changing depending on who's reading it, maybe?
So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people.
100% not our
it
world.
is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream 'tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Why are you so devoted to the royal family anyway?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I would like my new ally, please.
Judah!
Lady Juno!
Yo, Batlin! Oh, hey! I've seen promotional art about this character. Is she one of our allies?
Faraway sky, blue and clear. Echo my wish, so that all may hear. One and all born to this land, as here we stand. Let us greet the rising dawn, hand in hand. Faraway sky so clear. Let my wish echo far beyond the
Oh, wow, I'm short.
Even I'm feeling the heat.
Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames.
Let's go battling! Let's get the
Ladies
real
and
big character in
gentlemen,
this shit!
welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78th Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, Crier! Where's Count Louise?
Right, all right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced Sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden.
She's adorable!
Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life. It's Loveless O'Shea.
What?
Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Oh my god.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
Hi.
What? An elder?
Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
Yo! Hey, yo!
A land runner?
It's quick!
Wait, it's headed right for the...
It'll crash!
No, Batlin! Please tell me Batlin's still okay. Okay, he's still okay.
What the heck is that?
Why are you so cute?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What ho? Isn't she a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral!
Have a care, you buffoon. 'Twas bad enough when Luis did it the first time.
That feckless, shameless old fool!
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all. Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne.
Jesus Christ.
Let the games begin!
I don't like how some of them are like, hey, yo, I'm just in this for free alcohol for everybody. Okay, people having happy. But there's also the fucked up showcase of people who are like, oh yeah, I'm just in it for only having attractive people in the country. What the hell?
So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
It's incredible!
Yo. Wait, did I have more ranking? Ended up standing out more than I expected. I get a lot of interest, but I only consider this part of my mission to aid the prince.
Just a sec.
Whoa, what's that thing? Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Should I just run here along the main road then? The others seem to be doing just much. You're as crazy as this runner. I'll take the compliment, little lady. Now let's have some coordinates for a little test run. What is happening right now?
Let's see.
We're gonna talk to a place called Martyria, Old Castle Town, I think. That should be a ways south. Oh, excuse me.
That's where you want to go.
On the third night.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. Monteria. Here it is. Down to Monteria. On this carriage leg, that'll be 4 days, 3 nights about.
Oh.
4 days and 3 nights. It's a great deal faster than a carriage. And surely the roads will be safer at this kind of speed. Jolly good. Now, since there's britches, chaps, full steam ahead to Monteria. You're gonna be our gunner guy, aren't you? You're gonna give me the gunner class, aren't you?
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you use to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
Yo, I'm just here for the ride, baby.
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
I think it's
You
oyster.
certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neuras. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. All right, let me see. Nope, still can't scroll down yet. I saw a coloration that I haven't seen before, so I can't look at behind the voice actor quite yet.
Neuras? Are you there? I'm coming in.
Why's your hair orange? Is it lighting?
Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always.
Too much to do.
To business, then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another ride.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince?
This man wears his wings like a
Even
belt.
knowing
That's
His Highness was
badass.
gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, 'tis rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Wait, whoa!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the value runner alone.
Look, this runner... 'tis fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate, for both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick.
Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where, last I heard. So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay his mercy.
Understood.
Cool. This man's just like, look, man, I just like building fast cars. Don't judge me.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world.
I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
Oh no, I'm so in there. If we die, we die together, buddy.
If we die, we all die together.
Ha! The boy
Well, if we die, we all die together.
is bold as brass.
'Tis not an invitation, you dolt. Eyes on the road.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So are you gonna tell Hulkenberg the real idea now?
Summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brilehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
Exactly.
As to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
I think it's a perfect idea.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I think it's a perfect idea.
Doesn't it? The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet, 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroh.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
This guy is great. This guy is awesome. Also, yeah, he's clearly my gunner. The Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities such as strategy room, lounge, and kitchen. You can visit Academia by finding more and interacting with him. Let's find the engine room first. Take your time to look around on your way there.
Oh, yeah?
I've never been in a Gauntlet Runner before. Kind of want to see what the engine room looks like.
All right, then.
Does he have a why does he have a self-portrait of himself? Woo!
What's this?
Need this cloth. It seems to be a bigger. I wonder what it's used for. Oh, this thing has a cannon. Oh, this is such a cool visual. You got tubes for beds. They seem pretty small. Oh, hey, more. Warner seems a smooth ride, at least. Eccentricities aside, he certainly earned his title of port engineer. That said, I'm more concerned with his unseen workings. But hope he hasn't made any dubious additions. Oh, he 100% has!
Let's see.
I wonder where we are right now. So 3
Well,
days to
which
get
one?
here. Whoa. Carriage can't begin to keep with the Gauntlet Runner speed. Looks like we've earned their reputation. That's I'm constantly in fear of losing my lunch is far more than ideal, but once I'm used to it, I'm sure the journey will be pleasant. The door must lead to the end of the Gauntlet Runner. It's locked tightly to prevent accidental entry. Fair enough. The cockpit appears to be up above. I'm on the rope, lad. Wouldn't want you going overboard. I'll just stay away for now. Oh, this is so fucking cool. Are we going in circles? It looks like it. Oh, yeah. What's up, more? A washing machine that does laundry homemade by Neuras. Seems there's nothing to do at the moment. Glamour.
This?
Wonder what this thing runs.
Hello?
First time on a Gauntlet Runner, eh? Oh, that scared me. Looks like the pipes are in here too. Called a runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you study the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet Runners use magma crystals of fuel to run. Why does it look like a heart? Used to be you take your life into your own hands when you travel the wilds, but then thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beast, made for zero momentum laws, even on the toughest terrain. So that's why it looks like a heart. Well, other things, I modified this crab to be up more zip and speed. Another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, plenty about the old girls. That's works in progress. But by that time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. She'll just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. You'll continue towards your destination while spending time with the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize the facility to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books on the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available later over time. You can spend time with your allies while traveling, which may help you improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. Never seen an igniter like this before. A magic igniter are numerous compared to those used by army. Recall correctly, using magma crystals as fuel.
come on.
The ritual is actually a cleaning igniter that Neuras modified to create wind that collects dust. Pretty nifty. I know it's hard, but lifting and bending over sure is strengthening your legs, right? Actually, never mind.
All right then.
Let's go.
Use the gauntlet or cooking table to whip up some food for you and your allies. Eating prepared meals can bring your party various positive effects. To cook, you need ingredients. Buy them, win them, or find them lying around. Try to experiment as much as possible. After you've made a dish at least once, you may learn how to create the ultimate culinary masterpiece. Whose handwriting is that? Those are notes about new potential recipes. Yeah, let's cook. Oh, wow. Stale black bread. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, let's make this.
Check.
That dish Stroll wanted to make. Wait here, I'll go get him.
Now then.
For sometimes we simply refer to our meals as meat. Sometimes, the thing to keep in mind is where to cut it from. The taste and texture can change dramatically, you know. Each type of cut has an ideal preparation, and if you do it well, it turns out tender and delicious. Something to strive for.
Speaking of.
Now, what kind of cut do we have here? Ah, but never you mind. Let's leave this to me. You begin preparing food with Stroll. Watch your meat and just the heat, as so it goes. Although it depends on what your preference is really. Nearly time. It is time. Strike now!
Alright.
That is bad so far. See the juice there? It's your proof that it's turning out delicious. We'll add a little something for the aroma and we're done. But just a little, or it overshadows the failure. Magic, Sherlana made a delicious looking dish cooked to perfection. It's called Curative Coney Roast. Smells great, doesn't it? Now, imagine how it tastes. No, I need to see the visual. No, don't you cut to shit. How are you not gonna show me what it looks like? Fuck you.
The Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Oh. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced in darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked territory is very dangerous, and even the stalwart Gauntlet Runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travel the next morning. While in your camp, you can use any of the facilities on the Gauntlet Runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. Give it a try. Great, until we reach Materia. Our first time camping in the Gauntlet Runner. Got excited, but it'll be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with somebody?
Yep.
Apparently you can eat those bugs, well, according to Hulkenberg anyway.
Your thoughts?
Oh, what a ride. Smooth as butter, luxurious as a palace. Oh, expiring, tear-jerking. Absolutely. This water is such a guilty pleasure. Though credit where it's due, my tinkering certainly helped make her what she is. Though, full disclosure, that's all thanks to a little activities I put together that keeps her legs from sinking to the dunes. Wouldn't have to worry about the terrain if she could fly. But that's a story for another day. Off you go. Better getting 40 wings.
All right then.
Imagination. So we got 2 cases of imagination. What's that?
Let's go.
What's that in the lounge? Interesting books. The New World, haven't read it yet. Oh, so just like reading. Yep.
All right then.
I do need more imagination.
All right then.
Let's go.
Hey.
Are you looking for something to do? My weapons are as sharp as they are going to get. I'm not up to much. Care to keep me company for a while? Sure.
Now then.
So up next is Monteria. It feels like just yesterday when I first arrived in the royal capital. So much has happened in such a short amount of time. I met you, we went over the northern fortress, awakened a mysterious power. I once thought magic was like this existed in heroic tales of times past. Speaking of which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same powers our hero kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them usually end? Powers and everything.
What's that about?
Oh, I see.
As kings, they had to govern their people, maintain peace. Martial might alone wouldn't help you there. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Moreover, we've got more than one power at our disposal. On top of that, we got allies who share these abilities as well. If we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great hero kings of old. Though all this does make me wonder, just how many more powers are there out there? Give me a second. Let me check my archetypes and I'll tell you. Come now, it's too early for bed. Let's talk some more. Ooh, 450 mag.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that the sleeping quarters more than exceed your expectations.
True.
They were better than I feared, considering how tiny they are. I got a question of my own. Isn't the dearest sand going to do a number on the... My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl? Nary a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these arid dunes behind tomorrow. Wow, runners really are neat, aren't they? The carriage would never be able to get through the Dares that fast, but just keep an eye on the road, okay, Neuras? You ride a Materia in 2 days, huh? What's that symbol?
Hey.
Courage? Sure.
Now then.
So look at your blade then.
Got a moment?
I think I'm getting ahead of myself here, but after things settle down, I'd like to live without a sword. I admire the idea of the war where monsters and senseless violence don't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others. So, fantasy, got it. That's why one day I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory, and not just mine, all ruined hometowns.
Hey!
How about you? Share in my plan. Let's hear yours. What will you do once the fighting is over?
So that means...
travel.
Oh, I see.
Where the wind takes you, I take it. That sounds nice. I got to get stronger. Even the village gets rebuilt. It's all for naught if attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters, not leave it in a spyless army and incompetent generals. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like Luis.
Look at that.
One step at a time, my guy.
Yeah.
I agree. You've seen the state of our country's army. I'm all more glad that you're our captain, truly. We resolve also to stand on the front line of our fight. It's only right that you lead our fight, as I say. I force my way into your mission.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know. To act with such conviction, how does one become so bold? Hey man, we all waver.
No.
No one's where I waver. Those we all do, but you manage to keep a cool head when you do, unlike me. That's why you're our captain. Well, that says I have faith in you. There are more battles ahead, and I'd be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will be determined by what people think of as justice. They're free to make their... Why is there just a house in the middle of the desert? Why are there multiple houses in the middle of the desert?
All right.
Anyway, this sword's shining like new. Let's finish this up.
All right.
Ooh.
I say, we could stop for a break.
Look ahead, so we'll be stopping there.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The Gauntlet Runner comes to a stop at its base.
Here we are. Should we get a closer look? This seems ominous.
Wow.
So pretty. It's not just the leaves, as though the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
This calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How does that glow in a tree foretell the future? How does a plant grow thus huge in the middle of a desert? I'm not sure if this explains it, but I'm sensing an incredible amount of magla in there. Your hypothesis is correct. That would make this no more tree. No, sir. This is a magical origin that feeds off the magla. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Pulls out a sheet of paper and brush with his pockets. Began to draw the landscape in front of him. Hey. Wow, Neuras, how did you get so good at drawing?
Yeah!
Ah, my boy, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it. I finished here. Let's take a look at this keepsake. Oh, you're giving it to me?
Yeah.
Of course. I've already committed it to all the safety of my mind. I have oh, he has the keen mind feat. Neuras is awesome. I received Neuras' drawing picture. The drawing, its intricate detail, can accurately convey the full majesty of this place to a viewer who has never been here.
Hey there!
Why don't you give that to Maria? I bet she'll love to see something from our journey. We can tell her a story about this place. Ooh!
Huh?
Magical organ is the form of a tree. Say, aren't the fairies in the same classification? Precisely. Galactica is the most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which is giving me great insight into my own research into the flight. What? You've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you asking, so knock it off!
However,
turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard this tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what manner of anomaly its currently color pertains.
All right.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders. As darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself, monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
We'll be in Monteria the day after tomorrow. I don't know what kind of place Monteria is. What? We're on track to the doubts even the darkest night. Out here, you can barely see the horizon. It's a comforting reminder of home, if I'm honest. I'm just gonna appreciate it from a sweating gauntlet running.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said a bit, and that helped. I almost envy Hulkenberg's ability to eat anything, anywhere, anytime. I haven't always been this weak, but the swing takes me back to a time I'd sooner forget. When I lost my home, I was tossed between relatives, and each time it began with an agonizing journey to a rocking courage. That's why I find my mind drifting to Halia. I often wonder how the people who survived are faring now.
All right then.
well met.
I don't suppose you would unburden me with free time as well. I'm certainly no stranger to travel, but I have no idea how to spend idle hours. If the deal appeals, sure. This power we grew up into. All sorts of questions, but one I really find curious are these forms will take on. Each has a unique aspect, but the only bit that they have in common is their armor-like appearances. What do you make of it? I think it's cool.
Certainly.
I see.
I find the austerity of the designs intriguing, but I was not to speak of how they look per se. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct that power as one directs a horse by its reins. It said people lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of what power lurks within them. If that's not then, the very condition to awaken our slumbering power. Also, hence, why is it so exhausting and why cannot it be maintained for long? The ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. We do well to practice diligent maintaining of our food reserves. You gotta eat! Got it! one more imagination thing. It's getting quite late, but we've a ways to go yet. I would very much like to continue chatting with you. Sure. Hey, 450.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Finally! We're out of the desert!
How?
Oh, wow.
How are you maintaining your speed while it's moving forward? You know what? No questions.
Why is it so bumpy?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad.
See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
Oh.
What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
a cannonade.
What the fuck?
My star is rising! Ah!
Sanctism will reign! Ah!
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Godot, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Not our problem.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
Is it they're trying to land a fatal shot, just aiming to break the opposing side's gauntlet runner? Not our fight, not our problem.
out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to halt each other's advance. Damned fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look! Over by the legs. That crier is there too.
No, Batlin!
Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Godot's firepower.
Our plans hinge on winning Luce's favor. Can we afford to abandon Gladel if he's one of Luce's supporters?
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
You know what? Honestly, it'd be a case for me. I want to help Batlin. But nah, we gotta help Gladel out.
Let's give Gladel a hand. Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gladel's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay, then it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help! Withdraw, Gladel! Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces?
Well, sorry, can't get into it now.
That gauntlet runner. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral! Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time!
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Aboard the deck. Looks like they know he knows the magic won't shield us. He's aiming to kill us here and now. Wait! Wait! Whoa, 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 whoa!
You dare interfere in my fight! Know your place! Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names? Then you chose the wrong opponent.
Wait.
I hate to interrupt, Old Egg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren! Put the fear of God into these impious commoners!
Don't forget about the petrification magic!
No holding back! I'll cut you down!
Cease your resistance!
No, to the rear guard. I won't hold back! Burn!
I stand ready.
Resistance is futile!
Ow.
Kneel before him!
Ow.
What could you hope to achieve?
I
won't lose.
Can anyone heal him?
Withdrawing.
He knows we can't attack him. He's
Staying
toying
on the
with us.
defensive.
Prostrate yourself before
Looks
God.
like we can't brute force through this one.
Ice!
Stroll
Behold
can't take us
my
overground.
power!
Someone heal him.
Are you all right?
I knew you'd help.
My thanks.
Witness the power of sanctism! Take this! What could you hope to achieve?
Time to go offensive.
Stroll, they've sapped your defenses.
Stepping back. Let's see how this plays out.
Let's stay calm.
Me.
Roar!
Damn it.
I shall show you what true magic is. Let justice prevail. I will not let
Thanks.
you die.
Helpful as ever.
More resilient than I expected. I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now! Feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh!
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brother!
Get in there.
I'm sorry?
Only a flesh wound.
Take this! Don't underestimate me!
Stroll, they've sapped your defenses.
Could do with this.
I will usher you to his side.
I won't hold back!
Cease
With
your
blade
resistance!
in hand.
That helped.
My thanks. Staying on the defensive.
Sanctism will reign!
Oh!
Take this! Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's badly wounded. Someone heal her. Hulkenberg's down.
Come at
Get her back up.
Take it!
My spirit
Stroll,
is
Witness
up.
me,
Justice
brethren!
prevails.
Thanks.
I don't have the right
I owe
classes
you.
to be fighting this fight.
Go! Sanctism will reign! Take this! Take this!
This is nothing.
Brace yourselves!
I think I know what needs
I don't
to
have
be
the
done.
right. I don't have the right stats to fight this fight. Oh wait, what?
Strike true.
You hit their weakness.
Observe the enemy.
That's your opening, Captain.
Healing up.
That helped.
Helpful as ever.
You disgrace the Sanctist way.
They're weak to ice. Let's stop them cold.
I'll hold my ground.
Stroll,
I'll show-
they've sapped your defenses.
Freeze!
Well, now that I know you're weak to ice.
Heathen! Take this!
Ow.
I have your back.
Oh.
Sanctism will reign! I won't lose.
Mage. Freeze.
Hulkenberg got them right in their weak
Expose
spot.
I shall vanquish evil. Be frozen!
Hit their weakness.
No
Keep it up.
good
Forth, royal soul!
peasants!
You hit their
Damn
weakness!
you!
For all
That's your
that we
opening,
strive
Captain!
for!
I knew you'd help.
My thanks.
Behold!
Are you prepared?
My power! The power of ice!
Stroll!
They won't hold
Sap
back!
your defenses!
Ice!
Too easy!
Don't get sloppy,
Come
Captain!
on!
Take this!
Ow. Ow.
This is God! Sanctism will reign!
Is that all?
Hulkenberg's down! Get her back up!
Take this!
What a dodge! You've got some
Here they
big
come.
footwork, Stroll. Hulkenberg's down. Someone help her get back in the
This
fight.
should work.
My spirit is
Me!
unbroken!
Freeze!
Know
Hey!
your place.
Are you alright?
That helps.
Peasants!
Helpful as ever.
I shall seize my chance. Take this!
Ow.
Kneel before him! Sanctism will reign!
Stroll's badly wounded. Can anyone heal him?
Ridiculous!
Good dodge.
Stroll can't take any more. Someone heal him.
Staying on the defensive.
Forward! I'll get some distance.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Let's try this.
I stand ready. Let justice prevail.
Thanks.
My thanks.
God, I need my fourth ally so badly.
Sanctism will reign!
You need
You're
training.
tenacious. Take this!
Guarding seems the wise move.
Witness me, brethren!
This should work.
Behold!
Had to go
Will
for
not
it.
let me
That
die.
helped.
Helpful as ever.
Sanctism will
Is
reign!
that all?
Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's badly
Not
wounded.
yet.
Someone heal her.
I'll hold my ground.
Hulkenberg's
It's okay.
in bad shape.
We can.
She
Let's
needs
work
help.
together. Maybe there's a better choice.
It's Pierce. She's weak to Pierce. I just don't have access to her right now.
Charging in. Falling back. Me! Ice!
No.
Come! Thanks.
My thanks.
Sanctism will reign! Take this! Sanctism will
Hulkenberg's
reign!
badly wounded. Someone heal her.
Could do with this.
Thank you.
It's time for some close combat.
Oh no, I'm
Witness
better off
me,
just.
Let
brethren!
justice prevail.
I'm better
I
off
knew you'd
just
help.
doing my magic, even though it's gonna be really slow
Helpful
going.
as ever.
Take this!
Ow.
This is God! Judgment! Hit hard! Sanctism will reign! Kneel before him!
Stop.
Sanctism will
Only
reign!
a flesh wound.
Dear God!
To the fore. No holding back. Hack and slash.
I'll get some distance. Take it!
I'm obliged.
My thanks.
Behold
I defer to
my
you.
power!
Moving to the rear. Staying on the defensive.
Take this! Sanctism will reign!
That's fine.
Charging in.
No.
Falling back. Let's go.
Know your
Blade in hand.
Thanks.
Helpful as ever. Closing the distance. I call upon royal power within.
I need a crit badly. No, not only two.
Sanctism will reign!
Please.
Oh, come on.
Sanctism will reign!
Nothing.
I won't lose.
Here.
Is ever let justice prevail?
I knew you'd help.
My thanks. No holding back!
Close your eyes. Let's do this. Sanctism will reign! Take
That's
this!
fine.
Take this!
As is that.
The next one's yours.
With blade in hand!
To his side.
Thanks.
Helpful as ever. I call upon royal power within! Closure.
Oh my god.
Too early to go to his side.
Let's try this.
There we go.
So, the faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him!
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism.
No. Also, like that fight was only hard because I didn't have someone to also do pierce damage. That sucks.
Now, are you prepared for the end?
Ha! I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint.
Hey! Get down here!
Sup? Oh no, that's the girl I saw.
What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or
Neuras?
something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
Are you hurt?
Of course I'm not hurt. Look, what are you after?
Her? She's clearly a
Why,
teammate.
Bladel, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our life? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh.
Oh.
What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. Consider me chastened and shoed. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
Wait, where are you going?
You surprised me out there,
Oh
love.
my god,
You
Neuras.
bested Godot. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain yourselves.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nidia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Aye, but that's... Oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore.
Neuras, don't sim. Oh my god, Neuras. Oh no!
I've
He's going
no
first! This fucking
suspensions
runner!
everywhere. You had cable workshop.
Oh my god!
Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
Never mind. He went from, please don't make me look down on you too. Never mind, you are the best character.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juno, the kingdom's greatest singer, the dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck? Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of this group, I suppose it falls to me.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
Hey, up there!
An airborne gauntlet runner. He's actually finished it!
Who dat? Oh, it's Luis.
Luis.
My lord, Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladel got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Sanctist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe, at least.
Your voice is way too deep for your tiny little body, my man.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug. And I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
Take a wild guess. Mouth like that's gonna get you killed, kid.
A bold one, are you? I didn't take you for a traveling troupe of jesters.
He's just another no-name candidate.
One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely, okay?
Exactly what
Hey, I know you want to get this right, but this is no time to get lost in thought.
I want to help you, Count Luis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Luis.
You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, loves.
Don't think this changes anything.
That's right.
Come on, Hector!
But yeah, Neuras is awesome. It's not even close.
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then. That could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Gladel. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Heisme, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
As the chirping birds return to their nests, and the darkness claims its dominion, the Gauntlet Runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beings of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the Gauntlet Runner.
It is insane how Neuras just came in here and said casually, I'm just the best character, sorry.
Ah! Oh, damn it, blast!
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
Let's say we go check on him.
Not for the best. Maybe I'll unlock Gunner there.
Hey! Neuras, you okay?
Oh, you two. terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
Is there something troubling you?
Ah, well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see? She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a ballet apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort, but somehow that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Who'd you hear this from?
Heard it, lad. I've seen it with my own eyes. You see, there was this old inventor in the neighborhood where I grew up, quite sharp, but a bit balmy. That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas, ideas, ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
All right.
This one's important.
That's how I get Gunner. Live Neuras, who dissolved into doom and gloom again and headed towards our narrow sleepy quarters in the Gauntlet Runner. Yeah, so that's clearly how we get Gunner. We get
Time
that
marches on,
device.
and the
Can I
age of a new king draws nearer.
Wait, I would like to save, please. Please, it's been a bit. We're on Montero this evening then. Good. Soon we'll be liberated from this blasted shaking. Liberated? I do believe I take offense to that. The fairy girl's right to know. You know, a carriage would never keep up this pace. Some gratitude would be appreciated. Apologies, I'm grateful. It's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. That and I pray to avoid further hindrances like yesterday.
Isn't that...
Once we're in town, we're supposed to meet with Barden, right? I'm sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martira, where their client, Barden, awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
God, I hope I get my fourth ally here and not, like, in the town after that. It's clearly not gonna be Neuras. He's an engineer. He's a shipwright. He's not meant to fight. He ain't no Frankie. Oh, wow.
'Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
They're children getting kidnapped. Of course they're terrified.
Ah, you're here. I've been hoping you'd show up soon. I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament?
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's allies suffered the worst of it.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them, I mean. Some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
It's really none of my business.
Aye. Best not to get distracted by this tattle when you've got a mission to attend to.
Yeah.
Admirably practical.
Got quite a positive outlook, doesn't he?
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
Ooh. Ah, you've a local delicacy. 'Twould be a welcome treat.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out. Might well fix the Bally Waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone. This way.
I would very much like to save, please. Ooh.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. It's Martira's culinary speciality. Cooked to a delicate finish, just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
Oh good. Larval innards.
Tis a unique texture, to be sure, but the taste is divine. Exquisite.
You're completely serious, aren't you?
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
Looks great.
What is with that smile? Not you two.
Look, as someone who is hard in the camp of, if you offer me food, I'm gonna eat it. I don't care how it looks. How does it taste? Like, I'm pretty sure I've already told this story once before. But I remember one time I was at my Asian friend's house and his mother cooked food and said, "Oh, would you like to try this?" I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, I would." And I started eating it before, and she gave me the spoon in the bowl, and I just started eating it. And she just kind of like looking at me baffled. I'm like, I didn't even tell you what it is. Doesn't matter. It tastes good. It's a blood soup. Oh, cool. Delicious.
You fairly eat with gusto, young man. Passion worthy of a royal candidate. How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit, but it's harmless, I assure you.
This guy's awesome.
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but... to business. Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All told, we're looking at 15 children now unaccounted for.
And you think this Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the Sandworm's territory, yes?
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for...
So... is Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Martira.
Alright.
It's a campground. There's a runner.
Here's where we are now.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how he can even survive out there.
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
Let's save this town together.
Let's work together to save this town.
We're awful grateful to have you. And anyway, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you.
Bet!
Now this is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails. You'll find this tastes as sweet as any dessert. Together, I'm sure we can find a way to the stronghold without falling prey to those worms. Now, please, dig in.
Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, 'tis succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wilds, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honorable Lady Joanna tomorrow. Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they aren't here calling a free meal out of us, that is.
Now, let's go.
Dude, I want to try it. I would totally try that. You wouldn't even need to tell me how it was made.
It's been a while.
So I had a spacious bed.
Exactly.
We didn't meet the lady of the town first thing in the morning, so let's get some beauty sleep, okay? Whew! How long has it been since I've had a chance to save? Yoish, hour 30. By the way, a pretty good place to stop. I have a job I need to go do, but I will be back. And when I come back, we will continue. I want everyone out there to have a good morning, evening, day, or night, wherever you're at. But for right now, I am out. Oh, shit, I forgot to say one thing. I want everyone to have a good morning, evening, day, or night, wherever you're at. But for right now, I am out. Later.